Hello, and welcome to One Cool Thing, PC Mag's daily show where we talk to you about a super cool thing that we are reviewing here in PC Mag Labs. I'm Tom Brandt, this is Sasha Segan, and today we are going to be talking about a phone. It is one of these phones, and I'm going to turn this over to you and explain how we should proceed.
Now here is part of the fun. Which phone is it? Is it this phone? Is it this phone? Can you even tell them apart?
Now, we want you to think about this.
Perhaps
and we want you
this phone.
Yes.
Why do all the phones look the same today? But no, it is. Let me turn them around and you'll be able to figure it out. It's not that phone.
But wait, before you do that though, put which phone you think it is into the comments, or any other question that you might have into the comments, and we'll see if you're right.
Can I flip them around?
Okay.
Can I flip them around? It's the one with the big sticker on the back.
Oh, that's disappointing.
That's how we track our phones here at PC Mag. But look, the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, which is Samsung's new flagship phone, does look a lot like the Galaxy Note 8, which is this one, but you can already tell some subtle differences. Okay, so the Galaxy S9 Plus, which is this guy here, vertically oriented cameras, vertical fingerprint sensor vertically under it. The Galaxy Note 8, this one here, horizontally oriented cameras, fingerprint sensor horizontally next to it. Galaxy Note 9, horizontally oriented cameras, fingerprint sensor directly under it. And that really addresses some of the complaints that people had about the last generation of Samsung products, that the fingerprint sensor made it too easy to touch the camera lens. So the fingerprint sensor is down here now on the Galaxy Note 9.
Versus this where you're pawing the flash or the
Exactly,
lens.
That's what people were complaining about. But yeah, that is only the beginning of a bunch of obviously not immediately visually obvious, but meaningful upgrades in the Galaxy Note 9. And I would say that, so I was at a party last week with a bunch of Galaxy Note 4 owners. Should I take the sticker off, by the way?
I think you can take it off because you
take
can
the sticker
easily
off?
put it back on if you need to.
So this is how unprepared I am for this video, by the way, folks. I did not even take the sticker off.
Well, you were busy comparing Note 4s with your friends.
Well, I was busy running around testing things like the sustained processor performance and the new dual speakers, which we'll get to in a minute. Okay. See, look, now back. So I was talking to my friends who had Note 4s, and why are they hanging on to their Note 4s? They're hanging on because of battery anxiety. The Note 4 was the last Note model with a removable battery. And a lot of those folks either replace their batteries or they carry multiple batteries with them because they are stressed out about the possibility of running out of battery at any given time.
Right. In fact, Note owners probably are more, how you would say, power phone users, right? Because you've got all it's a big phone, you've got a stylus in there, so that makes sense.
Exactly. So the killer feature on the Note 9, and we will get to the questions. We'll start with questions in a minute. I haven't even said anything about this phone yet. How can you have questions?
No, but they want to tell us which one it is. But okay.
So yeah, the killer feature on the Note 9 is the 4,000 milliamp hour battery, which I can say I have tested. Yay! The 4,000 milliamp hour battery, it is let's see, the Note 5 was, I believe, 3,200. The Note 8 was 3,300. The Galaxy S9 Plus is 3,500. So this is the biggest Galaxy battery. And in my tests, which just loop a video, run a long video, I got more than 12 hours of maximum brightness screen on usage time. And that is great. And
so this is a test that probably is not going to be something it's actually harder than what you're probably going to be doing. Although, you know, the Note, like I said, Note owners probably use their devices a lot.
But that's longer than I've gotten on any previous Samsung device, and that is up in the chunky Motorola's with giant batteries realm. And that makes me very excited about the Note 9 in terms of battery life, which is something that people really, really care about. Question?
Let's take a question.
If Huawei can reduce the price with Kirin in-house processors, then why can't Samsung reduce the prices with their in-house Exynos chips?
Samsung does not use Exynos chips in the North American version of their products. They use Qualcomm chips. They are paying Qualcomm prices and using Qualcomm chips.
And we should actually get to price because that is one of the no spoil there. It
Yes.
costs more, but like you said, you're getting a bigger battery. So what are we talking about in terms of price?
Well, okay, so you're getting a bunch of new features. You're getting, so a bunch of the features were in the, that's my OnePlus 6. We're in the S9 Plus.
Okay,
So like
let's move this one.
So like the S9 Plus, we have a Snapdragon 845 processor. We have dual speakers at the top and bottom. We have the new dual aperture camera, which can physically open up for better low light performance, as well as being a 2x zoom camera. We have the Snapdragon 845 comes with an LTE Cat 18 Cat 18 modem, which supports basically the fastest possible everything on all the North American networks, including some of the crazy new technologies that Bell is implementing in Canada right now. So a lot of those upgrades, and you're gonna pay for the 128 gig model. The list price is $999.
Okay.
For the 512 gig model, the list price is $1249. But
both of those numbers are amazing. 512 gigabytes and
yes,
$12.99.
but if you think about this as a competitor to the very well selling iPhone 10, the iPhone 10 is $999 for 64 gigs.
Right.
Okay, so you're getting a bigger screen, you're getting more storage, you're getting the pen, which we haven't even gotten into yet, at the same price as the iPhone 10. So it's a lot, but it's the price that the competition is setting right now, and you can get it for a lower price. Let me show you. So
Oh yes.
all
How to
four,
get the best price.
all four major carriers in the US, as well as US Cellular and Xfinity, are all selling the Galaxy Note 9 right now. You can also buy it unlocked. It's compatible with all the carriers. But Sprint and T-Mobile are doing crazy deals right now. They are doing basically half off. Okay, so you will pay over 24 months, you will pay $500, not $1,000 for this phone.
Yeah, it is incredible how often Sprint actually does that. They are trying to get customers, I guess,
Yeah.
but they will frequently offer these, not iPhone 10 stuff, but I've seen stuff for half off pretty much and right down the line, all the way down to the iPhone.
They do deals on iPhones too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Sprint
right.
does deals on iPhones too. But both Sprint and T-Mobile, I think what happened was T-Mobile responded to Sprint's promotion.
Yeah.
Which is why competition is good,
Yes.
which is why these companies shouldn't merge.
Exactly.
Because then they will no longer respond to each other's promotions. Okay, so Sprint is offering, if you lease it, it's $20.83 a month, which projects out to $500 over 24 months. T-Mobile is offering 50% off, but you have to trade something in for it.
Now, could you trade in, say, your, or why would you want to trade in, say, your S8, a previous S8 or S7 or Note
5.
8 or Note 5?
Yeah,
Note
yeah.
6.
So there is no Note 6.
Oh, there isn't?
No,
Well,
there was no
the
6.
Note 7
No
is
Note
a
6.
disaster.
Right, the Note 7's the one that exploded. There was no Note 6.
Note 5 nor Note 8.
Right. Okay. So the number one reason that I pointed out, of course, is battery. Okay. Also connectivity. If you look in our, I think I have it linked here. Let me see if I can find the link in here. Yes, we have a chart explaining this. If you look at our fastest mobile network story, you see how much better LTE connectivity has gotten over the generations of these devices. Galaxy S9, S8, S7, S6.
Right.
Okay, so if you're in the Note 8 generation or the Note 5 generation, that's, I guess that'd be down here, okay, going up to the Note 9 is going to be so much faster performance
Right.
on all the LTE networks. So that's definitely a thing.
And this is true across carriers?
This is true across carriers.
Okay.
This is true across carriers. So now,
Well, let's get to the most notable feature about
pen.
this, which is the pen.
let's do the pen, okay? So the first thing you notice, now the Note 9 comes in this blue. It also comes in purple. There is no black model available in the US, according to Samsung.
So
okay?
there's nothing that looks like this.
Right, and I
Color-wise.
think the deal is they want to make it visually differentiated from Note 8s
I mean, they're very similar.
by making them a different color.
Yeah.
Wait, we have questions. I like questions.
Why don't they make the micro SD cards hot swappable?
Why don't you make a micro SD card hot swappable?
Well.
Because The thing that immediately comes to mind is it's probably something about the Android file system.
Yeah, well, I mean, so hot swappable would mean theoretically that you're using it as you're taking it out, or that it won't crash the phone as you're taking it out.
It doesn't crash the phone.
But it doesn't crash the phone because typically what you're using an SD card for is additional storage.
Playing media, yeah.
And even if you are in the middle of playing a video that's stored on the SD card and you take it out, it won't crash the phone.
Let's talk about, on this device, you're going to have at least 128 gigs of base storage, so you are not storing applications on the SD card. You're storing the applications in internal memory. You're storing media on the SD card. Why do you need it to be hot swappable? What's going on here?
But the short answer is, for all intents and purposes, it is hot swappable.
Yeah,
basically. You're not going to crash in the terms of you're not going to brick the phone if you take it out while you're accessing.
Okay. So I'm popping out the pen. First thing you notice is the pen is yellow.
Oh my God!
Okay.
It's like a pencil.
Yes, the pen is yellow. Look,
it's a
Zach, who is doing the social, just had this like weird expression on his face. He's like, "What?
Oh my God! This takes me back
Yellow
to
pen?"
elementary school.
Yeah. Okay. So the pen is yellow. They say this is just a design element. I think it's actually cool because it prevents you from losing the pen in the couch cushions.
Well, not if it's underneath the couch.
The black pen is relatively losable.
If
the
you
black
have a
pen
black
tends
couch.
to disappear.
But
it just tends to disappear in the shadows.
See, I have a very light colored couch. I would lose that quicker than the
Okay,
black
so
couch.
yellow pen. When you do screen off memo, it's yellow ink.
Right.
That's cute.
Okay.
But the other new feature on the pen is that the pen now functions as a Bluetooth remote for the phone. And let me show you how that works. So now the pen is now charged.
Okay.
It charges very, very quickly. It charges very, very quickly when it's in the slot of the phone. You basically don't need to think about charging it.
Is this new? By the way, this charging situation?
This is a new. Yeah, the pen used to not have any battery in it. Now it has to have a tiny battery to support the Bluetooth capability.
So they've basically taken their battery-powered styluses from their laptops and put them into the phone.
Well, it also still works It still works if it's not charged as an S Pen. It just won't work with this Bluetooth feature. Okay. So you notice the S Pen has a button on it. Okay. The button can be configured to do various activities in various applications, like play or pause music, like be a clicker for presentations. I'm going to show it to you as a camera shutter. So now you notice I have the camera in selfie mode. I have my button.
Here, let me hold it. This is the point, right?
Okay.
So this is now you can take selfies.
I'm gonna get a selfie from over here
without having to hold your hand.
So I press the button on the S Pen, and it just took a selfie.
I heard that.
Yeah, and now, if I
it looks like a legitimate photo instead of a selfie.
Yeah, if I go into S Pen settings, let's see. And I go into S Pen remote, let me show you here. You can see the different applications that you can configure this S Pen remote for. So camera, gallery, media. Now also there's an SDK, so third parties can start including this as well.
Yeah, so I mean one benefit is obviously if you have some sort of thing that you can attach to the to the back of the phone, you can actually set it down on a ledge or something while you're out and take an actual photo.
But also, so one of the things we can't show here is Samsung was promoting its DeX mode, which is its desktop presentation mode.
Right.
And because
everyone uses.
Well, they have a new $50 HDMI adapter, which lets you plug your phone into any bigger screen to do presentations or show Office documents or show media. And this lets you walk away from the phone and use the S Pen as a clicker when you're doing your presentations. And for a certain category of business person, that really matters. You know.
And then, like you said, there are a bunch of different options. The one question I have though on the buttons is there a Bixby button?
Yes, there is a Bixby button on the side of the phone.
You still can't configure
and you still can't remap it. No, Samsung loves Bixby.
So this is a thing really where they're giving you some configurable buttons.
But not the Bixby button.
Not part of the phone, but you still have the Bixby button. We were just talking about the Note 9 from the Galaxy Note 9 from Samsung. We'd like to take another question.
Can you just recap the price and the release date?
Okay, so the Galaxy Note 9 is currently on pre-order. It's going on shelves on August 24th. It is $999 for here. Let's get this best price story up.
128.
Yep, it's
Gigabytes, I
$999. It's $999 for the 128 gig model. It's $1249 for the 512 gig model. However, it is being sold under certain conditions half price by Sprint and T-Mobile.
Right. And now, how much storage does the S9 have? Is that?
What are the S9 storage configs? I forget.
Because see, that's the thing is that really, as we were mentioning earlier, you aren't going to actually use. Well, you probably aren't going to use 120 gigabytes. You certainly aren't going to fill up a 512 gigabyte storage on your phone unless you take tons of 4K video.
So let me show you another. Let me show you another thing that I figured out in testing. Okay. By the way, and another thing I figured out in testing, and one of the things they talked about involving the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 processor in here. They said that they have improved the cooling for the processor to enable it to maintain more steady performance over long periods of high usage. And that means especially in high intensity gaming. Okay, so I loaded and this is the real reason I brought my OnePlus 6. I loaded a processor stress test application on both the Galaxy S9 and the Note 9 to really kind of pump their processors and see what happens when you really stress them out. Okay, and so far it does look like the Note 9 does thermally throttle, but it throttles in a smoother and more consistent way.
And that's actually something that lots of manufacturers have been doing, is getting that CPU performance to remain steady, even though there is an absolute limit, but it's making sure that you're not throttling it before you get to that limit. Basically.
So here's some of the performance I saw with the throttling application, with the stress test application on the Galaxy Note 9, and you notice that it starts out at its ultimately high level.
Right.
Throttles for a while, comes back, relatively smooth curves here. And then let me show you over here what was happening with the S9 Plus.
So there are giant dips, but then it goes right back up.
Exactly. It's a much less smooth curve.
Right.
The S9 Plus is periodically going, whoa, and then recovering.
Theoretically, if you are playing a game or something like that, you might get these stutters.
That causes stutter.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you have a smoother curve in performance, that will let the game ramp down and it'll prevent stutter. Whereas in, once more, these extreme usage situations, you might see stutter on an S9 because it's dropping down and then recovering.
Right.
Yeah.
So better for gaming on this.
Yes. Let's take another question.
This is only the second phone to sell at $1,000 price range after the iPhone 10, and do we expect to see more at that price range from all the other companies?
So in the US, let me think about that. Yeah, in the US, I believe this is the second $1,000 phone. However, there is a very popular phone not sold in the US, the Huawei P20 Pro, which is well over $1,000.
And we're talking about starting prices here, right?
Yeah. The Huawei P20 Pro, which is effectively illegal in the United States, is popular in many other countries. It is a very powerful, excellent device. It is up at this price level. So we are seeing $1,000 being that is the flagship price now. Yeah.
I mean, that is a lot of money.
It is what it
However, you do get all these amazing features, and as we said at the beginning, arguably you get more, especially with the active pen, than you do with the iPhone for the same price.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let me show you another new feature, which is the dual speakers. Okay, the dual speakers came to the S9 Plus, but they weren't on the Note 8. Okay. And what I was surprised to find, and let me play a little YouTube here. What I was surprised to find was that they don't necessarily make the phone louder, but they make the sound much richer. Let's see if this carries through the live stream at all. I have no idea if it will. I mean, I'm using a lav mic, but here's the Galaxy Note 9. A little bit of a song. Here, I'm gonna get.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, so you are hearing it's not bass, but it's a
little bit of richness.
Yeah, richness and volume.
Now I'm gonna do the Note 8 here.
Okay. It sounds like a phone.
It's a little tinnier.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like you know, something like a cheap Bluetooth speaker almost.
Yeah, and we found that with the S9 Plus as well. But once again, this is coming to the Note line.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a thing as well.
Okay.
Let me see. What other new features do we have here? The camera is, as far as we can tell, almost exactly the same as the S9 Plus camera. Samsung wanted to make a big deal about their AI camera features. I am skeptical about all AI camera features. Yeah, it
has artificial intelligence.
It has scene detection. Yay! Why is everybody so crazy about this?
The point that you bring up, though, you should read the full review or the full preview of this phone. But the point that you bring up, though, is that there, you know, when you take a photo and it's blurry, it can tell you that it's blurry. It recognizes that it's blurry, but it can't fix it. And that's actually something that that has been around for 10 years or so with digital cameras. They've been able to basically tell you, you just took a blurry photo. Do you want to keep it or not?
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna take some photos of Tom, and we're gonna see if it does its blink detection thing, because that is one of the things it does. And so to see if I can show that to you, I'm turning on flaw detection.
Okay,
you see,
so that
flaw detection.
That will tell you that there's a flaw in the photo you just took.
Tells you there's a flaw in the photo. So now, when I say 3, I want you to start blinking a lot. Okay.
Oh,
1,
not yet?
2, 3. Okay. Did it detect the? Oh man.
I cannot blink faster than a shutter.
No, but this is a spectacularly unflattering photo of Tom. Should I show the viewers?
Yes, please do.
Okay. This is a spectacularly unflattering photo of Tom taken with the Samsung Galaxy S9.
But
it didn't detect the flaw. This is my problem with these AI camera features.
But here's the thing, though. It doesn't necessarily see. So the flaw is supposed to detect closed eyes.
It's supposed to detect closed eyes.
All right, so there you go. We talked about artificial intelligence, didn't really work.
Right. But in terms of just sheer camera quality, the S9 Plus has a very good camera. One thing that we need to dig into, and we aren't done with the final review yet, but we need to dig into whether Samsung has improved their sharpening algorithm. That was our big complaint about the S9 camera, that it had some really aggressive sharpening and compression algorithms. And once I find Jim, our camera analyst, who's like on a drone somewhere, he can analyze these images and tell us what he thinks.
We actually fly drones here at PC Mag. We don't just use remotes. We actually get on them.
Yeah, Jim is like hanging from a drone. Yeah, I'm sure at this time. Okay, any more questions about this thing?
Okay, so the Note 9, the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 starts at $1,000, but before that you get a brand new active pen that has a battery and can be charged, and most of it, interestingly, can take selfies with the pen.
Yeah,
right?
and otherwise,
that's pretty much the biggest feature.
No, to me the biggest feature is no. Okay, so the biggest.
It's a Note.
It's a Note. Okay, the biggest feature here is the big battery. The 4,000 milliamp hour battery in the Galaxy Note 9 does seem to be, by itself, a potential reason to buy this phone. The battery life on this device is extremely long.
Okay.
As a Note, it has a 6.4-inch 2K Super AMOLED screen, very good. It has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 with new cooling and algorithms to make it ramp down a little more smoothly in high-intensity situations. It has the most advanced LTE and Wi-Fi modems possible. Has a headphone jack. People like headphone jacks. Dual stereo speakers. Pretty much the camera from the S9, fingerprint scanner, iris scanner, and of course the S Pen, which is what brings a lot of the Samsung Galaxy Note fans to the proverbial yard. So
Indeed. And we will have a full review of this phone likely before it goes on sale, which I believe is the 24th.
Yeah, it'll be before the
August,
24th.
Right? So definitely check back at PCMag.com for our full review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Thank you very much for watching One Cool Thing, and we will be back tomorrow, not tomorrow, on Monday at 10 a.m. with yet another One Cool Thing for you.